Hello, everyone. This is Mike from Dimensional Walking. And today I want to do a video on what I considered the first government UFO disclosure. Okay, and this is probably a UFO disclosure that you never heard of. At least I didn't, and I was kind of shocked about it. I mean, I'm kind of up. I've been doing this for a very long time, but I don't remember this one at all. But I believe it was one of the first world government um, disclosures. Okay, and this happened in the Bay of Campeche. Okay, and so this happened in May 2004, and it was a major event that made headlines all over Mexico, and it's still basically talked about today, is what I'm hearing. Okay, and so on May 12th, I guess it was May 11th and 12th, 2004, a group of Mexican Air Force pilots were conducting routine drug surveillance mission over the Bay of Campeche when they encountered a fleet of unidentified flying objects, UFOs, UAPs, whatever you want to call them. The objects were described as very large disc shape and brightly lit. They were also moving very quickly, and they appeared to be able to change directions instantaneously. Okay, and this was, I'm thinking it was about 8 pilots, if I remember correctly, and after I looked through a lot of research on it. So it was quite a bit of witnesses here. Initially, the pilots were quite skeptical, but they were soon convinced that this was a real event and these were real UFOs. They followed because they followed the. Apparently, they're able to follow these UFOs for several minutes, and they managed to get some video footage. Okay, now I was going to try to include the video footage, but I haven't been able to find it yet, or I found one, and I didn't think it was worth showing. So I'm going to go ahead and continue my search for the video footage. Okay, because apparently it's quite spectacular. If anybody out there has something on the video footage, please send it to me at dimensionalwalking@gmail.com. Appreciate it. So, the video footage of the UFO sightings were released to the public on sources, TV sources, internet online sources at the time. And the Mexican government set up a big task force to investigate this. I guess it went on for a couple of years. I couldn't find anything that was a conclusion, what they came up with, etc. But apparently they did acknowledge that this was a real UFO event, okay, and UFOs were real, okay. So that's what it was. I also went ahead and just to give you a little sources here of where some of the information was funneled through. And so one of the stations it was funneled through was El Universal, which is one of the most popular newspapers in Mexico. And their headlines was UFOs are captured by the Mexican Air Force. Okay, so that was a little clickbait, I guess, because I don't think they actually captured anything, but it did say they did. The next one was La Jonaito. I'm probably not pronouncing it right. I'm sorry. It ran a story, and in its story, the headline was Mexican pilots capture UFOs in the Gulf of Mexico. Okay. I don't know. Again, I don't think they actually captured any, but that's what the headline was. Okay. And then there was another one that's called Progreso, and its headlines was UFOs in the Gulf of Mexico, the beginning of a new era. That's what their headline was. And then there was a couple of TV stations. One was Televista, and it broadcast a big breaking news segment on the 12th of May 2004. And then TV Azteca also did a big splash, breaking news type splash on the same day. So May 12th, 2004. And of course, there was all kinds of additional newspapers, and it was pretty much all over Mexico. At the time, I don't know how much actually got up to the United States or around the world on this particular event, but I would have guessed it should have. It seems like it was a pretty convincing event, considering that pilots had video and pilots, 8 pilots or so, actually saw the UFOs, and they actually, I guess, chased them. So anyways, the video caused quite a stir. And again, they set up this special task force that went on for a couple of years. And as far as the conclusions go, I think it was inconclusive from a standpoint, other than they did admit that this was the real thing. They did say this is a real thing, but they didn't. Either they weren't going to tell the public any more about it, or they felt they had told enough to the public. And who knows, maybe the Mexican government were told by the United States or some other power in the world, let's keep this tapped down a little bit. So, anyways, maybe they tapped it down a little bit. So one of the more interesting theories here was that this was probably some evidence of the Galactic Federation of Light. Okay, and they, of course, Galactic Federation of Light is a group of peaceful extraterrestrials who say that they are here to help humanity evolve. I'm not all jumped in on the Federation of Light, but there's a lot of people I know that believe it 100%. So, that's their belief. I have not seen a whole lot of evidence per se that they do exist, but it's a nice thought. It's a nice thought, and maybe they do exist. Of course, again, there's no scientific evidence of their existence. But, the sightings in Bay of Campeche, a lot of them will say that was evidence of the existence of the Galactic Federation exists. So I don't really know. I don't think the UFOs had a banner on the side saying this is the Galactic Federation, etc. I'm sure this is just wishful thinking on the believer's part. So, and maybe it's true. I don't want to down anybody's beliefs, okay? So there's some other things that people also have speculated that this could be, and this is primarily speculation, I think, in Mexico. That these were experimental aircraft from the United States or Russia. They believe maybe there were natural things like ball lightning or swamp gas. Now, that's, of course, some of the stuff we used to hear about. The swamp gas, especially in Michigan, those famous sightings way back, that it turned out that they said it was swamp gas. But, I sort of doubted. I actually believe those were really UFOs in Michigan at the time. So these sightings made, as I said, major headlines in all over Mexico. They weren't so much anywhere else in the world that I'm aware of. Again, if anybody finds headlines around May 2004 in any newspaper, anything else in the United States or otherwise around the world, please let me know. I mean, I like to know. So I think we're to a point that there's a lot of speculation about this particular sighting, but I believe it could very well be the first actual disclosure by a government in the world, actually stating that yes, this is real. This was a real sighting, and there were UFOs, etc. So that would be May 2004. So with all that said, thank you very much, and we'll see you again. Bye-bye.